Welcome to the Rockstar Principles Podcast, coming straight to you from Rock and Roll, USA, covering the latest and greatest in educational leadership trends, news, and awesomeness for principals all over the world. Now, here are your hosts, the boss, John Ross, and the Doctor of Proctors, Nick Indeglio.
Welcome back to the same old place you laughed about. Church of Whitaker, we're back. The Rockstar Principles with lucky number 13. Make some noises.
I'm a little disturbed by your lack of reverence for Church of Whitaker. You're getting a little too casual.
Well, now that we're such close friends with Dr. Whitaker.
That's true. We can be a little bit more relaxed with our Church of Whitaker segments.
Has he texted you lately?
Not in a while, but he's really busy. I've
busy.
seen on Twitter, he's really all over the place.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have dinner soon.
I'm sure, absolutely. For the holidays coming up and everything, we'll have to get together.
But number 13 of what great principals do differently, and this is a direct tie to number 12, and we actually talked about this during our last episode. Great principals continually ask themselves who is most comfortable and who is least comfortable with each decision they make. They treat everyone as if they were good. Now, there's a lot to be said here, and we've talked in prior episodes about change and change leadership and the difficulty with change. In this example, number 13, you're not just thinking about your best people, you're thinking about all your people. And it's not necessarily about good and bad either. I mean, there are certain things that you might know some people are more sensitive to than others. Maybe you're going to do a breast cancer awareness drive, raise some money, and one of your staff members recently lost a family member to breast cancer. That's something you have to consider. Are they going to be comfortable with that type of decision? Different people come from different cultural backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and if we just run roughshod and don't take the time to think about how each decision we make is going to affect people, even if it's a seemingly innocuous decision, something simple, something really clear, I think we really have to consider everyone's opinion, everyone's feelings.
And this, to me, the way I read this, also speaks to the whole concept of shotgun discipline, which is something I detest and loathe, whether you're talking about dealing with kids or with staff. There's nothing that used to annoy me more when I was a teacher than when, or for that matter, when I was a student, and teachers would punish everybody in the class because one person did something and they didn't know who did it, So if something's wrong on your staff, don't punish everybody. If you're having an issue with people not getting, it's a whole thing, people not getting to work on time or leaving early. You're seeing people in the parking lot early in the afternoon. So principal initiates a sign in and sign out policy, making people sign in when they get there and sign out when they leave, or sign out every time you leave the building. If you go across the street to grab something to eat, you got to sign out, and then you got to sign in when you get back. You're playing to the wrong people when you do that. You're making everybody uncomfortable rather than just focusing on the people who are the source of the problem. I think the great analogy that Dr. Whitaker makes, he talks about the signs on the copy machine. And you put a sign on the copy machine that says maximum 20 copies per person. And he said when the great people read that, they think, oh my God, they're talking to me because the last time I was on here, I made 21 copies. And the people that are the not so great people are not even paying attention. They're laughing at the sign when they see the sign and making as many copies as they want. So you need to try to make everyone comfortable. There's nothing wrong, if you're making your great people feel comfortable and it just so happens that you're satisfying your not so great people too, hey, maybe that will get them to develop an appreciation for you and for what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with making the not so great people feel comfortable as long as the great people are feeling comfortable at the same time.
And it's also, I think it's easy for us to get upset about things our staff members say, whether it's about us or about things that we do. However, what do we tell the kids all the time? We say to the kids, you're not a bad kid, you just made a bad choice.
Right.
And sometimes I think that applies to the staff too.
Sure, applies to humans, absolutely.
You got to give people chances. But it's interesting, but I guess my last point on this, and it's not even really a relevant point, you had mentioned the whole shotgun discipline approach. And for anyone out there who's just getting into the principalship, then this is something you should take to heart right now. And if you've been in the principalship forever, you can just chuckle because you know exactly what this is. No matter what you do, no matter how many different schools you're at, no matter how many different levels you're at, you will never please everyone or anyone with your discipline style. It doesn't matter if you're a hard case, if you're a softie, if you're in the middle, if you're restorative, if you're not. You cannot please anyone. You will always be considered soft on discipline and not effective with discipline. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, or you'll be considered too. There are people that may think you're too harsh and you're too hard on the kids with your discipline, no matter what you do. So again, it just comes down to doing what's right, doing what you feel is right. There's I've said to assistant principals that I've worked with several times, not just the guys I work with now, but even those in the past. There's a reason I hired you, and when you're a principal, if you're an elementary principal in a building by yourself, or if you're a secondary principal and you're the lead dog on the team, there's a reason you were given that job. Someone in a position of authority felt that you had the judgment, felt that you would be somebody who would be capable of making those tough decisions, those tough calls. So just trust your judgment. Go with that. Don't second guess yourself. Don't allow the naysayers to cause you to second guess yourself. Do what you think is best for your kids. Do what you think is right. And it's not going to be 10 out of 10 times you get it right, but I bet you're probably going to get it right 9 out of 10 times, and that's the best you can hope for. And
the only time you're going to get it wrong is if you start thinking about what certain people want of you and you try to make disciplined decisions based on that.
It's so tough, man. It's so difficult not to do that. I've been a principal since 2001, and I still do that. I'm thinking of situations going on right now, in my school where I'm doing that, and you just have to block that out of your head and just force yourself to think about, I'm doing what I think is best for the kids, and the people that are on board with my program, they're going to be comfortable. They know, they trust me. They know that I'm doing, what I feel is right, and the people that aren't on board, you're never going to please them. Nope. So don't even.
Those
try.
People can. All right, I'm gonna make a note to bleep that out.
Yeah, you want to bleep that out? I mean, can you tell we're recording at almost midnight on a Saturday night?
That just came out.
Wow. All right. Well, we've taken a turn I don't know that we can ever come back from.
We're going to wrap it up.
If you're going to leave that in there, that may be the first time in any podcast history in which a segment that has the theme of being a church of something had the term suck it in it at some point.
Wow.
So that's a little severe, I have to say. Yeah. I think you went a little too far. You're going to have to be reprimanded for that. You need to say a few Hail Todds as a result. Yeah.
I'm trying to tie it to Henry Winkler. What was the saying in Happy Days? It wasn't
sit on it.
Sit on it.
Sit on it. Is that what you were thinking of? Sit on it?
From now on, I'm going to say sit on it.
I say that a lot. I actually do say that a lot. Yeah.
Do you still say that? Do people still use that?
I use it all the time. Sit on it?
Do you really?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. You never heard me say that?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll have to make it a point to. Yes, I thoroughly enjoy. I've used that expression since I was a kid. Sit on it, Potsy.
Henry Winkler, we did it again.
It's going to become the church of Fonzie. Very quickly, we're delving into Family Guy territory, so we have to be careful with that. So once again, to sum up, number 13, the 18 things great principals do differently. Great principals continually ask themselves who is most comfortable, who is least comfortable with each decision they make, and they treat everyone as if they were good. And if you're a leader who's doing shotgun discipline, you can sit on it, Potsy, too, because that's a bad idea for your kids and for your staff. And drives me nuts when I hear about other principals doing that kind of stuff. So that closes out this segment of the Church of Whitaker. We'll be right back with the Rockstar Principals podcast.
And now a word from our fake sponsors. But we'd really love if they were our real sponsors. Seriously, we would love it.
Sock 'em boppers, more fun than a pillow fight. Blow 'em up, put your hand inside, get ready to have the time of your life.
Sock 'em boppers, more fun than a pillow fight.
Welcome back to the Rockstar Principals podcast. Going to take it a little serious tone here, get to the actual educational portion of the show. To talk about a little ditty that I found online. I'm not sure where, probably through Twitter.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Or if I don't get me off topic here. No, I can't. I'm not going to be able to get that song out of my head. But it's something ASCD is promoting on their, I guess it's their blog, edge.ascd.org. But the posting is called Short on Time, which I think we can all identify with. But just talking about planning professional development, planning faculty meetings. This is a promotion for a new book, an ASCD book that's coming out. The book is called Short on Time, How Do I Make Time to Lead and Learn as a Principal? And it is by William Sterrett, Sterrett.
And you can follow him on Twitter at Bill Sterrett, BILLSTERRETT.
Thank you, Nick. But yes, as they say in the article here, the very notion of faculty meetings makes even some of the best teachers cringe. And I will add to that, not only the best teachers, but it makes a lot of principals cringe as well. Because you want your faculty meetings to be great. Getting back to, as all things lead to Dr. Whitaker, he uses the expression that there are no great principals that don't have great faculty meetings, and there are no mediocre principals that have great faculty meetings, that all mediocre principals have mediocre faculty meetings. Those things go hand in hand with one another. So, I know for a fact that this is an area that I enjoy faculty meetings, but I'm constantly thinking about whether they're necessary.
Yep.
and whether it's important enough to gather everyone together. There's a lot of movement going on now within administrators to postpone faculty meetings, to put off faculty meetings, if it's information that you can share through an email, why have the meeting, is what I think. And I'm starting to see a lot of people agree with that as well.
Get back on topic.
Back to topic.
Not talking Dr. Todd Whitaker. We're talking our man. Well, that's Todd Whitaker.
Bill Sterrett.
Bill Sterrett.
Yeah. Okay.
We're following Bill.
Yes, I'm glad to see that we were already following Bill. But he essentially, his book comes down to what he calls the ABCs of a faculty meeting. And the ABCs are affirmation, best practices, and coordination. And he talks about, as a rule of thumb, you should have these three things in every meeting. Affirmation is starting each meeting by recognizing someone. In your position as a leader, allowing teachers maybe to recognize one another, or putting people in a position of getting recognized for doing something. Even if it's just a real brief, hey, let's hear it for so-and-so who put together that Veterans Day ceremony that we just had, and the great job that they did putting that together. So having some kind of affirmation at the start of the meeting, absolutely always a great thing to do. The B, best practices. Again, encouraging outstanding jobs being done by your staff in the classroom. Best practices, sharing examples of what's working in the classroom.
Or bringing instructional practices to the staff that might be new or different, hopefully research-based. We do Teach Like a Champion. We bring a different strategy every month from at Doug Lemove. And, teachers appreciate that. We see them using it. So, yeah. All right,
yeah, and he even talks here about using video clips such as a TED Talk, or bringing in a guest speaker, but encouraging the teachers to be a part of that, whether they're doing the presentation or it's from an outside source. Definitely having them lead some kind of discussion as a result. And then the C is coordination. At the end of the meeting, kind of giving people next steps. Okay, here's what we talked about. Here's the things that we're looking for. Now, what's going to happen next? Having everybody working together, getting all on the same page about what we're going to do with this new learning. What's the expectation of what's going to happen with this new learning, and what it means to us as a school, and how it's going to help us.
And let's throw a word in with coordination.
Go ahead.
We're going to use an E word, execution.
Wow.
And it's not just coordination. It's not just next steps. It's then, after that faculty meeting or after that session or whatever it is, executing what you talked about. If you said you were going to do something, you do it, or else your next faculty meeting immediately loses some of its efficacy and power.
Wow. That's making me worry now that you said that. About my most recent faculty meeting. It's a...
Well, we've canceled our past few.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've canceled recent faculty meetings, definitely, because I knew that I didn't have anything that couldn't have been shared via email. So yeah, called the meeting off altogether. But it's probably in the top 3 of, worst feelings as a principal. I guess it's similar to as a teacher when you're standing in front of the kids and the lesson just isn't working, it's not resonating. When you're standing up there in front of your staff and what you had in mind, what you were trying to do just isn't, it's not resonating, it's not getting through, it's not coming across the way you wanted to have it come across. I can't tell you how many times where I've been standing there and I just thought, you know what, let me just get them out of here. Let's just wrap it up. And I have. There have been times where, I just struck things completely out of what I was going to do. So to have kind of this guideline from Sterrett here, these ABCs, I find it helpful. I'm definitely going to check out his book when it comes out because it's the kind of thing that really resonates for me, and I think I'll find it to be helpful.
You think Bill wants to talk about his book? Because if he wants to talk about his book, you know where he can talk about it? On the Rockstar Principles podcast.
Let's hit him up at Bill Sterrett.
Bill?
At Bill Sterrett.
Bill, if you're listening, which you're not because we're recording right now.
Those of you that are listening,
it's impossible. It's 1 in the morning.
Well, I think
so
my
you
wife's
should be
upstairs. She can hear us.
Julie, we love you and your brownies. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. And we did not, we're not acting goofy because we had brownies, by the way, before anybody makes that connection. But yeah, let's get to, let's see if we can reach out to Bill Sterrett and invite him on to talk about this, because this is definitely an interesting topic. And I think something that no matter how great you are in terms of your professional development and leadership as a principal, it's always great to get a different perspective and other ideas on what you can do to improve your faculty meetings. There's that meme that's going around I've seen because I'm Facebook friends with a number of my teachers and a number of former teachers. Hey, oh man, I'm going to totally destroy this meme too. But essentially it's saying, it's one of those some e-cards, and it's a picture of somebody just sitting there with face palming, and it's a quote, "I can't wait until tomorrow's staff meeting, said no teacher ever." And that's certainly not the way that I want folks thinking about our staff meetings. But
boo! Wait a minute, time out. There's a commercial on right now with Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. Is this a movie or something? And there's Disney World?
Saving Mr. Banks, based on a true story. Oh, how about that? Tom Hanks.
What does that have to do with Disney
You know
World?
what I saw today? Tom Hanks. You know how great Tom Hanks is? Tom Hanks, I saw somebody online had a copy of the VHS copy of Toy Story, and they gave it to Tom Hanks to ask him, they saw him somewhere and found him and asked him for an autograph, and he autographed it under Woody, and then where Buzz is on the cover, he crossed off Buzz's face, like basically
That's awesome.
taking a shot at Tim Allen,
Yes.
like crossing off. I thought that was hysterical. How do we get, okay, yeah. Let's get back to this. So yeah, faculty meetings, you got to make them better. You got to make them, people have a reason to come to your faculty meetings and not just going through the motions.
Just like Bill Sterrett has a reason to come on the Rockstar Principles podcast.
Yes, he does. He's got a
Bill,
serious reason.
Bill,
do it.
Bill, this is Nick talking to you. Me and you. It's one-on-one.
All right, everybody else, just quiet and listen.
Yeah, shh, pipe down. Bill, you have a lot of followers on Twitter. I know you know people in Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana. Pick one of those 3 states. Get us a listener in one of those 3 states. Do it. Then come on the podcast. Do it.
It'll be worth your time, Mr. Sterrett. Please, I'm going to come from the professional angle. Mr. Sterrett, I would like to humbly request your presence on the Rockstar Principles podcast. We would thoroughly enjoy having a professional conversation with you. So just do it.
See you soon.
We'll be right back with the Rockstar Principles podcast.
And now a word from our fake sponsors. But we'd really love if they were our real sponsors. Seriously, we would love it.
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights. Light bright, make a face to glow at night. Smiling friends, shining bright, make a sign to say goodnight.
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns. It's easy to make your favorite pictures and characters, or you can always create your own light pictures.
Light bright, turn on the magic of shining lights.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
This is Daddy Nick with the Rockstar Principles. I am here with Bella Indeglio and Talia Indeglio. And yesterday we had John Ross's kids here, and they talked about Thanksgiving. Bella, can you tell me what Thanksgiving is? What are some things you know about Thanksgiving? What do we eat?
We eat turkey and they have cranberry sauce. And we eat pumpkin pie.
Cranberry sauce and pumpkin pie. Now, at school, do they teach you that for Thanksgiving, we should be thankful for things?
Yes.
Like what? What are we thankful for?
We're thankful for cops.
For cops? Okay. Wow. All right. Shout out for cops. Who else are we thankful for?
We're thankful for everyone.
Everyone. Yeah. And how old are you, Bella? You're 5? Are you 5?
Mm-hmm.
5 years old. Now, Talia, did you do any Thanksgiving stuff in school?
Eat pumpkin pie.
You ate pumpkin pie?
And turkey.
And turkey?
And sauce.
What kind of sauce?
Red sauce.
Wow. And were you a pilgrim or an Indian? You don't know. Did you make a pilgrim hat? All right. Well, since John Ross's kids talked about Thanksgiving, let's look ahead, because right after Thanksgiving,
Daddy, what are we doing?
we're talking.
What does computer do when we're talking?
It's recording our voices so we can listen to it later. So let's talk about Santa Claus, because he comes after Thanksgiving for Christmas. So Bella, what do you want for Christmas this year?
A My Little Pony.
My Little Pony?
And a Barbie Christmas doll.
Okay. And is it more fun to get presents or more fun to give presents to other people?
It's more fun to get presents.
It is? Yeah. Okay. Who are you going to get presents for anyone this year?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Mikey, Grandma Lucy,
Okay.
Aunt Jen, Mina,
Mina, your little cousin.
and Gigi.
Gigi, great grandmom. Yeah. What are you going to get for Gigi, Tootie?
I'm gonna get her her new red jacket.
A new red jacket for Gigi.
Daddy, I wanna give Gigi a red jacket because she wanted to wear my red jacket when it was too little and I couldn't fit her.
Okay.
And I wanted to wear it and it's my favorite. Can we get Gigi one? Because she doesn't have one.
Yeah, we can get Gigi her own red jacket.
Hey, every time I look in here, it looks all pink.
All right, one more thing. Tootie, what is your favorite Christmas show to watch? Tootie?
Rudolph.
Rudolph?
No,
Who's your favorite?
I was supposed to say, not you, Belle.
Go ahead, say it, Tootie.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay, and who's your favorite character in Rudolph?
Rudolph and Clarice.
Rudolph and Clarice. Bella, who's your favorite character?
Clarice.
Clarice. Okay.
No, her name is not Clarice. Her name is Clarice.
Okay. Now, I have an observation about Rudolph, the TV show. I think that the coach and Santa and Dasher, I think they're a bunch of bullies when the show starts. They're mean to Rudolph and they want him to hide his nose. How does that make Rudolph feel?
Sad.
So he leaves, right?
And he runs away, and Clarice says Rudolph, and then she ran along to get him, and then she said, "You are supposed to walk me home."
Oh, that's right. But he runs away, and they see the Bumble, right? And what's that guy's name? Yukon Jack or something?
Yeah.
Cornelius.
No. Yes. Unicorn Cornelius.
Ah, right. And what's the dentist's name?
Herman. No, I was gonna say that, Belle. Okay.
Well, I think for Thanksgiving we need to be thankful for each other. What do you guys think?
Daddy,
What?
Belle
right. Well, then tell me, what was the abominable snowman's name? What did they call him?
But abominable.
A bumble?
No, I was gonna say that.
I've completely lost control of this interview. Okay, let's calm down, and I'm going to ask you both one more question, okay?
Daddy, Bill says I didn't get a turn to say the.
All right, well, this is your turn, Tootie, so say it to the microphone. What is the name of our elf on a shelf who will be here soon?
Like, no, I wanted to say what was the mean guy's name?
Okay, what was the mean guy's name?
But new calling Emilius, he calls the Bumble Snowman a bumble.
A bumble, yeah. Bumbles are bad. And that's your question. So, Bella, here's your last question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to get Daddy for Christmas?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
It's a secret?
I will tell you.
Okay, what are you going to get me?
Maybe I'll get you a Superman doll.
That's a great present.
But I can't tell you the one I'm going to get you.
Okay, it's a secret. All right, well, thanks for listening to the Rockstar Principles podcast and our guests,
Daddy,
Talia.
Daddy, I wanted to hear.
It's 10 o'clock.
I wanted to hear what they. I wanted to hear what we were talking about right now because I wanted to see what we were talking about on the video.
I'll let you hear it, but quick. Mommy's coming. She knows we're awake and it's way too late, so we're going to get yelled at. So we have to sign off. Okay, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Tootie.
Bye.
Thanks for helping RSP top the charts in the Edu podcast world. Keep it real with Twisted Steel and School Appeal.